Alrighty boys, in this video, you're gonna uncover the secrets to destroy procrastination, self-doubt, and the lack of discipline that have been haunting you like a ghost for years. Ultimately, we're gonna rip off the shackles that have been weighing you down from hitting your goals in life. But before we get into it, make sure to kick that like button into the next era so that we can impact more people's lives. As a reminder, boys, every day at 10 a.m. we have a brand new video being released, so if you want to get notified, click that bell notification below. Now, let's get into it. So in order to permanently destroy your procrastination, self-doubt, and lack of discipline, all you need is one thing. And every conqueror like David Goggins and Arnold Schwarzenegger, they have this one thing. So what is it? Well, it is the habit of doing the things that you don't want to do. Think about it. What would your body look like right now if every time in the past 3 years that you didn't want to work out, you did? How much better would you feel physically if every time you felt too lazy or unmotivated to cook a healthy meal, you simply cooked that meal? And how would all this change in your discipline, productivity, and accomplishments affect how you feel about yourself? You'd be an entirely new person, a conqueror. You see, the point I'm trying to get at here is true confidence comes from having the right habits in place. Because humans, we're creatures of habit. Every single billionaire on this entire planet will tell you that they would not have the life that they have, and they wouldn't have achieved as much as they have if it wasn't for their habits. And I'm not even exaggerating. Literally every single billionaire would tell you that. And 99% of millionaires would too. And I say 99% because I'm leaving 1% out for the millionaires who got lucky and inherited their money instead of earning it themselves because they don't know have the power of habits. They didn't have to work for it. I mean, think about it. You likely have the same morning routine. You drive the same route to work every day. And let me guess, you have the same night routine as you get ready for bed. Well, imagine if it was effortless for you to do the things that you didn't want to do. Well, the reality is that it can be like that, but you need to start forming the habit. Now, the thing is with habits, it's a double-edged sword. You're either strengthening the habit that you want and weakening the habit that you don't want, or you're strengthening the habit that you don't want and weakening the habit that you do want. For example, let's say today you told yourself that you were going to work out, but when it came time to work out, you got tired and skipped the gym. Well, not only are you weakening the habit of going to the gym, but you're also strengthening the habit of not going to the gym. So that essentially means every single day after today, it's gonna become harder and harder and harder to hit the gym. And ultimately your goals, and think about it this way, if you didn't do it today and it's just gonna get harder, what makes you think you're gonna do it tomorrow? It's a broken formula you're using. And when you go down this path of forming the wrong habits and not hitting your goals, you might find like your self-worth is diminishing and your confidence is evaporating into thin air. Only for you to wake up one day and realize that your life, it's passed you by. You see, everyone wants to be like the people on social media, living these extraordinary lives. But very few will form the habits that these high performers or these successful conquerors have spent years perfecting. Then they wonder why they don't get the same results, as if it's a mystery. But look, to bring this point home, let me tell you a story about why I know forming this one habit will create the change in your life that you've been desperately searching for, that you've been craving. Now, I know this will have an impact in your life because when I was 21 years old, I was stabbed in the throat, arm, and chest with a chef knife while at a movie theater. And I was left on the floor to die. But instead, I woke up 7 days later from an induced coma, and I was living off tubes. If you unplugged those tubes, you unplugged my life. And obviously I was grateful to be alive because in that situation, you would assume someone would die, but it really felt like I lost a whole sense of who I was. My energy was depleted, kind of like a lake in the summer. In fact, I remember I would get so tired that I couldn't even finish eating. Literally, I'd be eating and then I'd have to take a nap halfway through because I'd be so exhausted. Imagine if you couldn't finish your breakfast because you were so tired. That's how I was. And not tired as in I need sleep, tired as in I'm weak. And I couldn't joke around with my friends too much because my mind was constantly clouded. And doing a simple equation like 12 times 12 burnt through my mental fortitude. It was almost like something didn't click in my brain, or it just wasn't firing on all cylinders. But even worse than that, my confidence disappeared like a quarter in a magic show. And again, I just started doubting myself. I had negative thoughts and self-doubt. Ultimately, I was left asking myself, am I ever going to get back to a normal state where I feel good about myself and I can start hitting my goals and function like a normal human being? Or am I destined for mediocrity, where my potential, it kind of rots away with my ambitions? This is when I started to try and get my life back together. I tried pinning it together like a puzzle, but I kept falling off my word to do the things that would improve my life until I focused on taking it day by day and forming the right habits, ultimately doing the things that I didn't want to do. Now, easier said than done because everyone always gets to that point where they don't have the motivation, they fall off their own word. That's why you have to be committed, because you have to realize that if you aren't committed, your life's going to stay the same. And that's what I realized. So I committed to improving myself, to forming the right habits, and fast forward 4 years, and here I am in front of you in this exact moment, running a business around my passion to help ambitious men like you become more happy, more confident, and more capable than they have ever been. So you have to decide right now if you're committed to becoming a conqueror and getting the right habits in place, or if you want to continue down the same route you've been going down, the one where you fail to hit your goals and feel terrible about yourself because of it. But before you decide which route you're going to take, let me ask you a question. How are you going to feel about yourself in 2, 4, or 8 years from now if you don't change anything? Is that decision to stay the same making your life better or worse? Now, if you answer the path of a conqueror, then I have some good news. We have an upcoming 7-day challenge here, and it's going to enable you to acquire the mind of a conqueror. Now, what this really entails is essentially training your mind to form powerful habits to achieve pure bliss, undeniable confidence, and endless motivation. So if you want to check that out, the link to that should be below. And in either case, I'm just happy you're here with us in this exact moment. And it would mean the world to me if you could officially join our army of conquerors by hitting that like button and subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. Because when you do those two things, it helps me grow, it helps us grow this channel so that we can reach more people and improve their lives. I mean, if you found value in this video, then others will too. And I can't do this without you. I can't do it without the army of conquerors that are behind us. So again, make sure to like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.